and look down and I know right where the line is. But when I get out in the open water and I'm in the open river, it's just, I'm like zigzag. Is there any like tips or all that you give, or is it just practice?
It's practice. One thing you can do to kind of know what to expect is when you're swimming in a pool, make sure there's nobody in your lane and close your eyes. See how far you go, and then figure out which lane you run into first. And that'll kind of figure out, you'll be able to know what's your natural tendency, direction to swim in. Not everybody swims straight. If you swim perfectly straight, that's awesome. But some people kind of go to the left, some people go to the right. So if you know that, then you can kind of sort of anticipate that that's going to happen and look for things on the shore. Here there's lots of different, landmarks on the shore, something big that kind of sticks out. You can't always see the buoy, but if you know that, let's say you swim to the right, and this is given a flat water situation, aim to something to the left, so that you're like, all right, if I head to that, I'll probably end up right where I want. You definitely have to do that here because of the current. But before the race, finding something at every turn to sight. So okay, there's a building there. You can look at that. You swim out to that next buoy, and then you look around. You're like, okay, there's a big tree. Just swim to that. That's in line with the buoy. So these things, permanent landmarks, are good to do.
Have any other questions? I think a good thing tomorrow for you guys is to get in and have a good warm-up. Get in, swim 100, 150 meters, and then, one thing that I usually do as part of my warm-up is I'll swim 10 strokes, I'll pick up the pace, stop, then do 15 strokes, then do 20 strokes, 25 strokes. So what it's doing is it's turning my system on. Instead of just swimming slow and then waiting for the gun to go off when, boom, all of a sudden you've got to swim really fast, I get my system ready for that by doing a few pickups in the water. And all I do is just count my strokes. Start with 10, 15, 20. It's just a really good way to help you get warmed up race morning.
What's the best way to get your bearings when, you start and all the water's churning? Is there a good way to how do you deal with that? What are your tricks to deal with that?
I think the most important thing in a mass start situation, if you're not quite comfortable, is to make sure you're breathing. Make sure that you're exhaling completely. It's really easy to kind of start to hyperventilate and to kind of get a little panicky and be like, oh, I'm not getting a good breath. If you're